What if the most dangerous weapons in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe were never created by sorcerers at all? What if the blades, hammers, and arrows tearing through this world carry histories darker than any cursed technique? We talk constantly about cursed energy, about domain expansions, about innate techniques passed down through bloodlines. But cursed tools sit quietly in the background, handed off in battle like afterthoughts, when in reality they are some of the most carefully crafted, lore-dense objects in the entire series. Today we are pulling every single one of them out of the shadows and examining what they truly are, what they can do, and what their existence tells us about the world of Jujutsu. By the end of this video, you will understand why cursed tools are not just weapons. They are relics of a philosophy, physical proof that sorcerers have always understood something terrifying about power, that sometimes the body is not enough. Let us start with the foundation. A cursed tool is any weapon or object imbued with cursed energy, either through prolonged exposure, deliberate crafting, or the infusion of a special grade cursed spirit's remnants. What separates them from ordinary weapons is critical. They can wound cursed spirits. A regular blade, no matter how sharp, passes through a cursed spirit like smoke through a keyhole. A cursed tool cuts. That single property makes them invaluable, especially to sorcerers whose techniques may not be suited for direct physical combat. Now, there is a hierarchy here worth understanding. Cursed tools are graded just like sorcerers and spirits, from grade 4 all the way up to special grade. Most cursed tools we seek in the series fall in the middle range. But the special grade cursed tools, there are only 9 confirmed in existence, are on an entirely different level. These are not weapons. They are disasters waiting for someone to aim them. Let us work through them. Playful Cloud is perhaps the most immediately impressive. A 3-section staff wielded by Maki Zenin, and before her, by her twin sister Mai. What makes Playful Cloud unique among special grade tools is precisely what it lacks. It has no cursed energy of its own. None. It is pure, dense, physically reinforced metal that amplifies the cursed energy of its user rather than providing its own. This sounds like a limitation until you realize it means the weapon scales infinitely with the wielder. In the hands of someone like Maki, post-Shibuya, with her body operating at the level of a heavenly restriction, Playful Cloud becomes almost incomprehensibly dangerous. The weapon demands mastery. It rewards it without a ceiling. Inverted Spear of Heaven is the tool that made Toji Fushiguro a legend. This small, unassuming spear carries a curse technique of its own. It nullifies every curse technique it comes into contact with. Domain expansions, binding vows, innate techniques. The moment Inverted Spear of Heaven is in play, techniques simply stop. The implications of this are staggering. In a world where cursed techniques are the foundation of all high-level combat, a weapon that deletes them is not just an advantage. It is a complete restructuring of the battlefield. Toji used it to fight Gojo Satoru himself to a standstill, which tells you everything you need to know about what this tool represents. Black Rope shares a similar nullification property and was also in Toji's possession, giving him redundancy in technique cancellation. The fact that one man carried 2 special grade nullification tools speaks to how deliberately he was engineered as a sorcerer killer. He was not improvising, he was a precision instrument. Slumber Basket is one of the more obscure entries, a cursed tool with a technique that induces sleep. Simple on the surface, but in a world where a single unguarded second means death, forced unconsciousness is among the most strategically powerful abilities imaginable. We have not seen its full potential explored, and that absence itself feels intentional. Festering Life Sword is darker in both name and nature. It accelerates decay and biological deterioration on contact, making it one of the few cursed tools that operates more like a curse than a weapon. The philosophical gap between this tool and something like Playful Cloud is enormous. One amplifies human potential, the other simulates the inevitability of death. Dragon Bone is a grade 1 cursed tool that deserves more attention than it receives. a massive spiked club capable of releasing cursed energy in explosive bursts. It was used by Naobito Zenin before his death. The raw force output of Dragonbone complements a speed-based fighter in a way that creates genuine tactical depth. Close enough to touch, powerful enough to level a building. Kui is a special grade tool, confirmed to exist, but whose abilities remain largely undocumented in the narrative. Its inclusion in the special grade tier is itself a piece of information. The series is deliberate about hierarchy. If Kui is special grade, its true capability almost certainly has not been fully shown, and that is not an accident. Now, a word of warning. From this point, we are moving into manga territory, past the anime's current events. The spine of the world and the tools associated with Kenjaku's manipulations in the later arcs raise questions about whether cursed tools can be weaponized on a societal or even civilizational scale. Kenjaku's entire project involves the merger of the human and cursed worlds, and several tools factor into that machinery in ways the series is still unraveling. The idea that a physical object could be a component in the restructuring of human existence is the logical extreme of what cursed tools have always implied. That cursed energy is not just a fighting style, it is a force that shapes reality. Looking forward, the deeper the series goes, the clearer it becomes that cursed tools will not remain supporting elements. As sorcerers reach the absolute limits of their innate techniques, tools become the variable. Meki's arc already demonstrated this, a character with zero natural cursed technique, becoming elite through physical mastery and tool proficiency. That is not a coincidence. Gege Akutami is telling us something about the nature of power in this world. Bloodline and talent are not the whole answer. Sometimes the weapon in your hand carries more history, more potential, and more danger than anything born inside you. The 9 special-grade cursed tools exist in a world of finite power and infinite violence. Each one represents a sorcerer or craftsman who looked at the boundary of human ability and decided to build something that crossed it. That impulse to extend reach beyond the natural limit is one of the most human things in Jujutsu Kaisen, and perhaps that is why these tools feel so alive, so weighted with consequence. They are not just objects. They are decisions made permanent, handed down through blood and battle to whoever is strong enough or desperate enough to pick them up. The question worth sitting with is this. In a world where cursed techniques define identity and power, what does it mean that some of the most dangerous forces in existence were built rather than born?